Hey guys, Corey with Camel Adventure Products. We have 2014 KTM 1190 Adventure R awesome motorcycle. One of the great things about this bike is it's got next generation ABS. The electronics package that's on the bike is very flexible. You can tweak the traction control and the ABS and your rider modes, or engine tuning modes I should say, for off-road riding. And you're able to do off-road ABS, which is amazing. What it does is leaves the ABS turned on the front wheel and allows you to lock up the back tire for sliding around corners. One of the annoying things with it is every time you turn the motorcycle off, every time you turn the key off, you lose all of your settings. So you need to go back through the menu with the buttons here on the pod and go back through and set it every time you turn the key off. So if you're on a long day's ride or a long trip period in your off-road and you forget to do it every time, it can be a little bit annoying. So KTM has their Offroad Dongle. Instructions here. So we have the dongle, which is about $100, just a little over. So you plug this into a wiring harness that's already under the seat in the bike, and it retains those settings once you set it to off-road or wherever you set it. When you turn the key off, those settings are retained, which is really nice. Something else that it has is it's got an 80 octane low fuel map. So if you're out touring around, particularly outside of North America, I don't know anywhere you would find 80 octane fuel in North America or Europe, really, for that matter. Alright, this install should be very quick and easy. This is one of the pannier mounting racks from the factory system. If your bike still has these on, you're going to have to pull these off. We're doing some other work on the bike, so this one was already off on the project bike here. Throw that over there, pop the seat. Once you get the seat off, there's one screw right here we need to take out. And we're going to set that someplace so we don't lose it. Right on top of the battery will work. And give that guy a wiggle off. Sure you don't lose the bolts. The two bolts that came out here are the same size, so there's no issue getting them mixed up. We're just going to set this panel aside. There's a screw in here that is kind of difficult to find, but if you draw an imaginary line across the battery terminals and then straight down, the bracket for the dongle actually will piggyback onto that. For this step, it's best to have a magnet handy. If you don't have a magnet handy, then you can use one of these claw grappler things. So that's the bolt there. I'm just going to set that on top of the battery box with the rest of it. And that bolt holds down this electrical piece here. It is a lot easier to see in person than it is with the camera. So this is the bracket for the dongle, and this is just going to get pinched between the bolts and the bracket for that electrical connector there that we just took out. Alright, we're going to position this bracket so this flag is pointing towards the front of the bike. I'm going to take that screw that we just pulled out and drop it through the hole here. And then try and get the whole thing down in here, kind of together. So that's it there. Just snug that guy up. It's just into plastic. Doesn't need to be too tight. And then we have the dongle here again. So we're just going to slide this guy onto that bracket. That's going to go on with the wires pointing towards the front of the bike. I'm just going to feed these wires up like this. And this is the factory pigtail that normally sits in here. I'm just going to pop this guy off It is a little bit annoying. It's actually going to pull this tab up rather than push it down like normal, and that comes apart nice and easy. And stick that guy into there and back into there. If your bike is anything like mine, these tabs are all clapped out and don't have a lot of spring left, so I may drill on either side of that and put a zip tie around the whole thing. Alright, I'm just going to put the body panel back on. It does sort of slide in here, you need to be careful. Previous owner here broke that bit off, so it is a little bit brittle. Alright, so all the bits and pieces are attached, plugged in, bolted in, ready to go. I'm going to come flick this key on. And we're going to get this message that says illegal or not legal. I have no idea what that is. I've seen it all over the internet. Guys say the same thing. They put it in and they get the same message. I don't know whether that is that running it on the low octane map is maybe an issue with emissions because of the timing is retarded and just the fuel map maybe doesn't meet emissions, or it could be something with the ABS. Not really sure. Anyway, come over. We'll just cycle past it here. Alright, so if you want to put this on the 80 octane map, for whatever reason you need to turn off the motorcycle traction control. So you're going to cycle through. Motorcycle traction control on. I'm going to hit set. Push and hold set again until it says release. Release the button. MTC is now off. So then we can cycle to settings. And it's in here. We're going to hit set again. It's right at the bottom of the page, so you can scroll down or you can just go up one and then you end up at 80 octane there. So all we're going to do with that, you hit set and it goes to on. I don't know where in North America you would find 80 octane fuel. I'm sure that's I'm sure in some parts of the world it's there. I know we were in Mongolia in 2009 and there was some very low quality fuel there still, but that was the only place that we came across it. Even in far eastern Russia and Siberia, the fuel was good. So I'm not sure where you would need it, but it's nice to have it. We're going to turn that back off, back to regular setting. I'm going to get out of here. And I am going to turn the traction control back on. And now we can go down. ABS, we can still turn the ABS completely off. So no ABS whatsoever, which is not what we want. I'm going to turn it back on. And we're going to go down ABS mode. Push and hold. So now we have the ABS off-road, which is the rear tire can be locked up to slide around corners and things. The front tire will not lock up. You know, you could set this before, but now when I turn the key off, normally that setting would disappear and I would have to go through that whole thing every time I turn the key off. But with this dongle, we're going to turn it back on. We'll get the not legal thing again. And just cycle through that. ABS, still in off-road mode. So that's a really nice thing on a long trip, long day, middle of nowhere. If you're in the dirt, having to go through and reset that all the time is a pain. So going out riding tomorrow, looking forward to giving this a try.